The altcoin season is about to start in exactly 13 days. And right now is one of your biggest opportunities to capitalize and position yourself for it or before it happens. We know that the entire macro market has taken an enormous shift. There's been a change. However, we have one of the most long-awaited events about to happen in the next 2 weeks. So if you want to make the most of this altcoin season, right now is definitely the time to lock in. Focus. I know exactly where you're going to be positioning yourself because the show is finally about to start, guys. So in today's show, I'm going to explain to you why I believe the crypto market is about to catapult itself to much higher highs and which altcoins specifically I believe are going to profit the most from it. So if that sounds good to you, hello, my name is Jessica and I'm so happy you're here with me today. And without further ado, let us jump in and get started. Okay, so starting off by checking out Bitcoin's price. As of the time of today's video, Bitcoin is at $98,057 worth. So once again, I'm not personally too alarmed. Bitcoin to me in this sideways trending motion, and as fast as it's bounced, and the fact it's bounced back almost immediately every time there is a sell-off, to me always and does speak of strength, Bitcoin's strength. So I'm not worried about Bitcoin's price. Moving on, we can see that yesterday, end of day, Bitcoin closed with $340.7 million of new value flowing into the Bitcoin ETFs across the top exchanges, which is a very bullish signal. And we know that yesterday in the US, David Sachs, which we're going to get into here in a second, he spoke regarding the crypto and AI plans for America. So we'll get into that in a second, but that, of course, may have been a contributing factor to the general bullish feeling reflected in the ETFs. But moving on, regarding where we're at right now, I know there's a lot of fear in the market also and concerns and these sort of like voices and conversations you can hear on X or maybe in your Telegram communities where people are really worried. At the same time, they're wondering, and maybe you're wondering too, is the altcoin season over, or is this it, or what's going on, right? So according to Alpha with Hat on X here, they say this. They say most probably not, but a double bottom is possible. Now, apparently, record liquidations always mark the bottom, as the market design is to transfer wealth from the overleveraged to patient buyers and don't give the former a chance to buy back in lower again. And there have been a few examples of this, such as in March of 2020, May of 2021, November 2022, and this last August in 2024. So it's possible, but also possibly not the case. However, if we take a look at what Bitcoin's liquidation heat map looks like right now, you could see this is by Crypto ISO. They shared this and they write, "I hate the look of this." And what this basically indicates is that this highlighted area below Bitcoin's current price just indicates where many that are over leveraged may be getting wiped out at. So I'm not personally worried about it. So I'm going to keep moving on. Anyway, so regarding positive news for Bitcoin, you would know, or I'm happy to announce I'm happy to share with you that apparently Bitcoin bills have been added in 4 more states. So Oregon, New Jersey, Mississippi, and Indiana have joined us. I think now we're up to, 18 states? So doing very good. And then as I mentioned a moment ago, we know that yesterday, February 4th, Trump's crypto czar David Sachs says they are looking to create a golden age in crypto, and stablecoins are helping the US dollar. So Crypto Ash, who shares this with us on X, wraps it up by saying this is bullish for the market. And I agree, even though, he didn't reveal a plan, which I was hoping he would. He didn't reveal this is the plan, right? But he nevertheless is still bullish. in his delivery and optimism. But let's take a listen.
So one of the things that the president instructed us to do was to evaluate the idea for a Bitcoin reserve. And so that is one of the things, that's one of the first things we're going to look at as part of the internal working group in the administration. So as soon as we get all that set up, we're still waiting for some cabinet secretaries who are on the working group to get confirmed. So we're still in the very early stages of this. But that's one of the first things we're gonna look at is the feasibility of a Bitcoin reserve. I think the concept of the sovereign wealth fund is a little separate, and you'd have to talk to Secretary Lutnick, or soon to be Secretary Lutnick, about that.
Moving on, though, if we just think about what is happening in the grand scheme of things, we have Tom Dunleavy, who is partner at MV Global. He lays out some logic for us that I think is really good. And I think hopefully many of you agree with this and are not feeling down or worried that the altcoin season is over. But if you are, then just listen to this. He goes on to say, do we really think they're going to spend 6 months studying a digital asset stockpile and come to the conclusion of, no, we're good? After months of campaign promises, after broad support by the legislator, and after a pro-crypto electorate pushed by the admin into their current seats, after clear front-running by the Trump's own entities, it's happening, people. So I definitely agree with his reasoning. If anything, I think those of you who are worried that things are not happening fast enough, or worried about Bitcoin's price, or worried and thinking it's over because Bitcoin dropped, or I feel like this reasoning is really good for anyone who doesn't still believe that Bitcoin's going to the moon, which it is. Nevertheless, good reasoning, and it's nice to be reminded. And as we have, this is a separate quote that David Sachs also said. He says, it's possible. In his speech yesterday, he says, it's possible that the Sovereign Wealth Fund could decide that they want to make Bitcoin or other digital assets part of its portfolio. This is by CNBC. So agreed. But all right, guys, this is what is very, very exciting for me to share with you today. This is by Eleanor Terrett. She is a journalist at Fox Business. So she says this. She says, today, Senator Haggerty introduces his stablecoin bill in the Senate. The bill is called the Genius, which stands for Gilding and Establishing National Innovation in U.S. Stablecoins. So the bill, once again, is called the Genius Act and aims to provide clear regulations for stablecoins. Here are the highlights of the bill, which is based off a discussion draft Haggerty rolled out in October. So this is what the proposal basically would include, right? So Genius Act provides clear regulations for U.S. stablecoins, defines stablecoins as digital assets pegged to the US dollar, establishes licensing and reserve requirements for issuers, applies Fed rules for issuers under 10 billion and state rules for over 10 billion. It supports financial inclusion, efficient transactions, and dollar supremacy. So that's awesome, pegged to the US dollar. So Senate staffers tell me they expect the bill to move quickly through committees and Congress. It will be discussed in today's press conference with David Sachs. So this is very, very, very exciting. And then we have Eric Balkunas here also saying the SEC is scaling back its crypto enforcement unit. Some in a special unit of 50 lawyers and staff that have been dedicated to bringing enforcement actions are being reassigned, according to just published NYT article. I did hear about this where the new SEC commissioner, I forget his name right now, but he is requiring that anyone that is going to be basically pursuing a lawsuit or any sort of criminal action against a crypto company has to go through him first. So this is very exciting. So once again, I share all of this with you because this is like the meats and potato, or this is the details behind the campaign promises that Donald Trump made America and made the whole world. He's executing on this all. I saw earlier where Benjamin Netanyahu, I can't say his last name. He was also at the White House, and this isn't in my news to share with you right now, but he's also executing on his promise to, release the hostages in the Gaza Strip, and he has like this whole proposal, which I believe in large extent may be being misinterpreted by the news, but he's acting on all his commitments to us. So that's what we're starting to see right now in the market, which is very, very exciting. But okay, guys, so this is also what I'm excited to share with you in today's show. This is by Moby AI, and they're basically, this is what I meant in my intro when I said that we have 13 days until we have a rally, like the altcoin rally kick off. And this is because FTX, you probably already know the whole story, but if you don't, it was a big exchange that was doing shady business. They got busted. That pretty much was the end of the last bull run. And now they have top people in the government have confiscated or, took back a bunch of the money. And now this money that they were able to recuperate is going to be redistributed to original holders. Not 100%, but in large, like a decent amount, like a decent percentage, they're going to be getting paid back. So this is really, really great news. And this is basically going to be a huge injection of liquidity into the market. So, and this, of course, that's going to kick off a rally because everyone who gets their money back is going to go put their money into their favorite blue chips or buy more Bitcoin, or they're going to buy some AI agents, or some meme coins. So we can expect a rally to be kicking off there. Not only that, if we start to shift gears now into today's alpha, you would see that according to volume by market cap here in the middle, you would see that DeFi, or decentralized finance AI crypto projects, still have the largest percentage and ratio from volume to market cap. So it's definitely a really, really good sector in cryptos to be still investing in. And we have Bera here on X saying they entered a new AI play called AGI XBT, and it was built with virtuals, and it's already being supported by Base and Vert. So in a nutshell, it's the first fully AI corporation with a handful of agentic entities. And what this means is AI agents can collaborate with other or converge into each other to form a bigger entity, eventually forming a cluster within the AGI XBT agentic framework. So such a new world we're living in. AGI XBT allows agents to form a thematic supercluster, domain supercluster, and more. It's an early AGI experiment doing something entirely different. So some new hot alpha for you. And if we follow this thread by the metaverse guy, they explain. You may want to go find this thread. They explain what is so amazing about it. So they describe it as Berkshire Hathaway meets Web3, but with AI. So it's an autonomous investment ecosystem. So it gathers intelligence, analyzes market data, executes investments, influences markets, evolves over time. So just like a whole new play on investing meets influencer meets like data analytics tool combined. Right? So very, very interesting. And as I was reading a moment ago, built on Base, partnership with Aether Cloud, powered by DeepSeek's R1, virtuals, integration, and then it was proven in third. So it came in third in Solana's hackathon. So it's very interesting. And then I guess all their technical documents are now live if you want to go check them out. So you can go do that and go follow them, AGI XBT. And then of course, take your time and read everything. And then if we check them out on Dex Screener, this is the AGI XBT virtual pair on Uniswap. So you can go check them out there if you're interested. And then the next AI or DeFi category, decentralized finance AI new project that I wanted to share with you is called ASOP. Now I have not bought into this token or AGI XBT yet. I'm simply sharing the new alpha I'm receiving with you so you can go do some of your own research and then later don't say, why didn't I tell you? But so far it looks very, very interesting. So this ASOP is basically an operating system for computer agents where you basically can give it any command and it will operate as you on your computer. So I would recommend if you're going to use it, like get a separate computer or a completely wiped clean laptop that has no other information on you. Make up like a separate email account, separate everything to test it out. Don't just integrate it directly into your account. That would be my sixth sense. But it does sound very, very interesting. It sounds very similar to ChatGPT's Operator. I don't know if you heard of that new AI update, but Operator does something similar. So I was already going to try it out on a blank device, but this is what ASOP is in the Web3 world. So you can give it commands like this, like monitor my Twitter and feed for, certain ticker symbols that start becoming viral, for instance, or sell half of my whatever token for this token. So instead of you spending all your time doing something, you can now just give commands, and that's what ASOP is. And if you want to go read more all about them, which to me, I definitely will be, but for the sake of this video, I won't, you can go to asopoperator.gitbook. And you can read all about them, but it's very, very, very interesting. And this is their website, ASOP Operator, and it's ASOP on Solana, guys, and you can buy it on Radium or Jupiter, for instance. But all right, guys, I hope today's information was useful to you, gave you a sense of where we are in the market, and I hope you're excited that the altcoin season is going to be kicking off in 13 days. And I hope you put yourself into the right positions and take a look at the two tokens I just shared with you today, ASOP and AGIXBT. Of course, I'm not telling you just to go buy them, but of course, do your own research first. But considering the whole DeFi, decentralized finance AI sector, is still the largest, according to volume and market cap, to me, these could be really, really great small cap plays or investment opportunities that could really, really skyrocket once this altcoin season finally kicks in. So anyways, guys, I love you very much, and I will be back here tomorrow. Ciao.